Lovely Libra, welcome to your December readings. Whoa, gosh, increase your knowledge. Your cards are flying out. We're going to ask Archangel Michael first of all to find out what is happening for you in December. Let's see what we are shown. You have increase your knowledge. Be honest with yourself. Prioritize self-care, and it's almost over. Okay, lovely, lovely Libra. Now I have quite a few wonderful Libra friends. This is interesting because they are navigating transitions really, and often have been feeling like things kind of move forwards. It's almost like 2 steps forwards, 3 steps back. Sometimes it feels a little bit like. So this is interesting because you've got education brings possibilities. Take a course, pick up a book, find a mentor, and teach you what your soul longs to know. So there's some definitely some expansive learning and information coming in that you need to be aware of, or expand, or investigate, or research is coming through here. Be honest with yourself. And prioritize self-care. Lovely Libra, the prioritize self-care. I almost feel like every time I do a reading for my beautiful Libra friends, this should probably be in there somewhere, because you are so good at taking care of everybody else, but you don't always look after you. It's time for you to experience the love you deserve and let others help you. I feel like maybe something is coming into you from this card. I'll wait and say more when we draw your tarot cards. All your feelings, even the difficult ones, have a message for you. I'm wondering whether something is being addressed here, almost like a rebalancing for you to be able to receive, to be in balance, to get what you need. Your current challenges will soon be resolved, and you will be able to look to the future with a smile. Okay, it's almost over. Your current challenges will soon be resolved. So this is fascinating. Something that has been lingering. If I look at all my Libra friends, they have all had completely different circumstances, and yet the energy has been the same. I think something is going to be concluded. Something that has been where you've probably had to like jump through some hoops or navigate something. I think it's going to reach a natural conclusion. Or reach its conclusion in some way, shape or form. Let's tune in and get some more information for you. May we kindly ask for more information for my lovely Libras. We have the 5 of Pentacles. Okay. So this does feel as though there's been something where you haven't, I feel like there's something you've never quite been able to reach it. Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles. This is the Artisan of Winter Pentacles. This is the Queen of Pentacles in this pack. We have the 9 of Swords. The Apprentice of Cups. So this is the Knight of Cups in this pack. And there we have those cards coming through. 8 of Cups. 10 of Cups and 9 of Cups. Okay, let's move these along so we've got them laid out a bit more. I feel like I need to put them in balance, which is really, really interesting, lovely Libras, because balance is so right for you. Okay. This is something coming into you. I was right about what I was picking up on these cards, and thank you for that confirmation. Something is coming into you. It may well be a relationship or someone who can help you. It's someone who helps you to put the past behind you. Someone who helps you to move beyond. It could just be, if I want to say move beyond a period of challenge, if you've had a period of isolation in some way, or you've just felt like the right help hasn't come in at the right time, the right support just hasn't arrived, I think this might be the time when it does. It's interesting we have this clock face, because I do feel that there will be a very specific point in December when things change for you, when this comes in. With the Ten of Cups and the Nine of Cups, I almost feel it's something that, or someone that you can commit to it. It's got a long-term future, and you can commit to it very quickly. It would be like if you were looking for the right person, the right job, the right whatever it is that you might have been waiting for. It's kind of like your ship comes in and you know that your ship's come in and you jump on it. There's no hesitation once it comes, none whatsoever. And it does feel as though this is there's something that you have felt has been like out of your grasp, almost like you can sort of almost see it. You're almost there all the time. You're almost there, but you never quite reach it. And I think this December you do reach it. I will look at timing in my extended readings. I'll see whether I can get really specific timings for you and also specific details as well. We're also being given some really important information here as well. Increase your knowledge. Now, we're always actively co-creating with the universe, whether we are aware of it or not. I do feel there are two areas, well, three, I suppose, in many ways, where you can assist this process. And I think it's coming in. I think someone or a circumstance is coming in that has been, as I said, just out of your reach for a long time, almost as though you almost get there, but never quite. It's like breaking through a glass ceiling, or every time you put an offer in for a property, somebody else sort of got there just before you or made a slightly bigger offer, or there's always it's as if there's always been something, and this time something comes in for you. I suspect it's towards the end of the month, but we'll do timing in the extendeds. I do think, why do we have the Nine of Swords here? Let's tune in with this. Maybe there is something you can do to be active in this process. Increase your knowledge. Something that you need to learn a bit more about it. So like if I just use that example where if you were looking for a house or a new apartment or whatever, and every time you make an offer on one, somebody else pips you to the post or makes a slightly better offer. Well, it's probably because that wasn't right for you and the universe had the upper hand. And even if that's always been frustrating, maybe there's a bit more research that needs to be done. Maybe there's a slightly different area or a little bit more that you need to discover before you go for it. Something else you need to find out about or extend your knowledge. And I also think acknowledging maybe some of your feelings around this, acknowledging some of the disappointments or some of the concerns and fears around feeling that you back to that sort of feeling like you don't quite get there, or you don't quite, it slightly eludes you. So prioritizing your self-care big time. I mean, maybe with the reaching out for something that you that you want, or you almost get there. It could also be for some of you that every time you almost get there, I don't know whether someone has a crisis or someone needs something, and suddenly you find yourself in a position where you put your own needs to one side and you step up and look after someone else. And it means that what you're looking for, you never quite get there. You've always got a commitment elsewhere. And I think it's time to put that behind you. I do think there is something about entitlement coming through in this reading. Your own sense of entitlement, your own sense of value, your own sense of, that you have every right to step into, I'm going to use the word abundance, but step into abundance, whatever that would mean for you, to step into happiness, to have what would make you happy. And it is like breaking through that glass ceiling. I'm extremely curious as to what it is that does actually come in, because it is almost as if energetically, if you gather some more information, if you make more inquiries, if you look at the possibilities to step into an expansion of your learning, almost as if maybe you need to expand your horizon of possibility. And in doing so, also acknowledge your feelings around maybe what hasn't come through yet or what hasn't been working. And it's almost as if the universe then responds to that. Yeah, there's definitely something here. There's like I'm being shown two roads. One is the road of your own processing, and the other are the external circumstances. And it's almost as if they get processed in a parallel. There's a parallel process going on here. The parallel process is you kind of doing that little bit of work for yourself, investigating options, expanding your horizons, thinking out of the box, thinking bigger and better because of accepting that you are worth way more than you've ever even considered that you might be worth, or that you could have way more. I almost want to say dream big, my lovely Libras. Dream big, really acknowledge what you really desire as well. But also acknowledge any feelings inside that might have limited your horizons, and then sort of basically put yourself at the top of the agenda. I sort of feel there's a pocket of energy which may have been manifesting in real time that has constantly sort of been holding you back, and it may even be those circumstances that have sort of worn away at you and almost left you feeling like, oh, this is just the universe's way of telling me that I can't have this, or that it won't happen, or something around that. You may even have just been left really wondering, why is it that I don't ever quite get this one thing that I want, or this several things that you want. I think the tables are turning, the energy is shifting. I think it is time for you to actually receive. What you will need to do is to put down the worry that you won't, and really lean into that space of having. This is very much a law of attraction reading, actually, where you lean into the space of as if you have it already, that gratitude. Really just own your entitlement, own that you can have this. And I actually think your ownership of this will help to shift the energy, along with some absolutely pragmatic steps in terms of genuinely expand your horizons, think bigger, look further. And I think that's going to help to create the shift, actually. Now, I think what I'm going to do in your extendeds is I will look at timing, because it looks for me as if this is possibly a little bit later on in the month. But on the other hand, we have the Queen of Pentacles here. So I think there's preparation. I'm seeing her preparing. I think there are things you can do to prepare for this shift, which I suspect is coming towards the end of December. But it's interesting, we have a page bang in the middle, so there may be quite a central turning point, actually. So I'm going to inquire about timing. Yeah, maybe there's an offer or an opportunity that is created for you more midway in the month, and then it's kind of like you making that decision and choice to grasp it. This would be like if you got offered that job, you've got to get rid of the imposter syndrome bit if you suffer from that, and just recognize that that's a thing of the past and you really do deserve this and you really can have it. So there's sort of something that you need to process here. Preparation, which is this part, expanding your horizons, dreaming bigger, believing in bigger. And then so there's more. Dreaming bigger, knowing there's more, doing something of that. But stepping out of your own way in terms of worrying about it as well. So I think what I'm going to do in your extended reading is really dive into a lot of clarification. I'd like to know what the Nine of Swords is about. I'm going to dive into a lot more clarification. I think to some extent this is more the worry that's come because perhaps for quite a long time you felt like you just can't ever quite get there. And therefore it leaves you with a little bit of anxiety, almost as if, what is it, why is it that I can't get what I want? If I think about, working in my work as a therapist, when things consistently sort of we don't quite get there, we often, our mind runs wild and we think about, why is this? Did I do something in a past life? All sorts of stuff comes into our minds. We create storylines as to why we're not getting where we want to get. And actually, those storylines are unhelpful. I think this is asking you to step over and above those. Prepare for prepare for a miracle. That's what I want to say, Libra. Prepare for a miracle. Expect a miracle. Dream bigger, better, wider, larger, more. Really own what you want. And then absolutely put yourself at the top of your list. Right, lovely Libras, I'm going to move to the extendeds with great excitement. I'm going to dive into all these areas. I'll be asking about timing. I'm going to ask about specifics, what is coming to you, what kind of offers, and for advice and guidance as to anything you can do to really help with this expansion, this bigger, better, more, so that you can help with this energy. But I think something's coming. I really do. And we'll also, as I said, look at timings as to when during the month. Beautiful Libras, you are very welcome to join me in the extendeds. Yeah, I'm really excited. What's coming? When's it coming? You're welcome to join me. They are available on Patreon and in the YouTube members area. I'll put the links below. You do have access to all the extended readings for all zodiac signs, and I look forward to seeing you for some other readings, either additional zodiac sign readings if you know your sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, and anywhere in your chart where you have a lot of placements, or indeed if you're cross-watching for friends, family, partners, potential partners, or maybe on my other channel, the Moon Magic Weekly Tarot channel, where I post a reading every day, whether it's a short or a big pick a card reading. So beautiful Libras, I look forward to seeing you for another reading really soon, and I'm sending you all the love in the world.